All right, here we go for another coaching video. We're on Anubis on defense. I think I remember this match. Anubis is always a difficult one to defend because the attacking team can get some pretty good momentum if they can bust through the choke and make it difficult for the defending team to set up a defense again. And therefore it makes it tricky to ever get like a stable defensive position um, on the first point. And the attacking team spawn is so close to the first point that it makes it a bit of an advantage for them. All right, I like this setup here. The Torbjorn's turret should probably be in a different position. Having it right there to be fired at isn't always the best idea, but I like your Reinhardt position here. Not really much you can do here except for use your fire strike on cooldown, like we talked about in the last video. Like you've had it on cooldown for a bit now, and then you decide to use it when there's no one there. um, but yeah, that's cool. Let's see. Nice. This is exactly what you should do. In fact, it would have been better if more of the team was aware that someone was on the point and turned and helped, including me. But good job going down there and taking care of that. Nice pin. That was a very high uh, chance of success pin because you had two characters that could have been pinned there. So that was great. Nicely done. At this point, if I were you, I would encourage everyone to go back up and establish a defense up on top right there. You know, everyone's going to follow you. So when you, because you're Rein, right? You know, you're kind of like the leader. So if you go up and you establish a defense up top there, everyone's going to do it. And since there was a little bit of a break in the action there would have been opportunity to get back up to the original high point and establish a defense there. Defending back on the point itself, right, in the capture area, here is not great because it's surrounded by high points. To your left, there are two tiers of high points that the enemy can get to fairly easily by coming through the choke here. And then before going through this arch, they just make their way up some steps on the side here. That's really easy for them to get to that high point. So defending on the actual capture area behind you is very difficult because the enemy team can just get to the high point and shoot down on you. And obviously this is the high point as well. Not quite as high, but it does count. So it's better to get back up here to that ledge for the initial defense whenever possible. Nice fire strike. Very good. You got a couple of them there. You have your shatter. Look at that. Here's a good point here. So notice if I back it up a second, what I'm looking at right here is that you have your shatter, and the Rein may have his or not, I'm not sure, but you have an advantage over the enemy Rein because his shield is less than a quarter health. Now, how can I tell that? Because the way the shields break or crack in the game is you start with 1600 health. When you get to half health for your shield, okay, your shield starts at 1600. When it gets to 800, you start to see cracks. It'll crack, okay? When it gets to 400, it'll crack more. And he's at the more crack status, okay? He's at 400 or below right now. So the reason why he ducks away is because his shield's about to go down. So you keeping an eye on that shield level is going to help you know when is a good time to Earth Shatter, because you want to Earth Shatter when his shield is broken or severely damaged or he's distracted and he doesn't have his shield down. So see, he ducks behind because he has to lower that shield. You can see him lower it right there. He's charging it right now. Nice fire strike. Again, the shield is below half health. He cannot keep it up. Now this is a good time. He just broke it, by the way. Notice that the shield went away. He didn't lower it. It was broken. So right now would be a good time to take a little exploratory peek through this the archway, and see if there is, a good Earth Shatter opportunity over here, because he cannot defend it. Their enemy Orisa is up here in this room, so this is a great time to Earth Shatter. If there's a lot of people over here. If not, don't worry about it. But yeah, I would have stepped forward and explored there. Now you're boosted. No, you're not. Okay, sorry. It's just the way you're interacting with that shield. All right. So it's another thing to learn. Okay, what just happened here is akin to what we were talking about in the last video. Knowing the animations of enemy Reinhardts is key, because you're playing a game of chicken with them at all times. Last time we talked about your game of chicken with regards to the Earth Shatters, right? And knowing the Reinhardt's animation for an Earth Shatter will help you, block against it. The same is true for the charge. When an enemy Reinhardt is facing you and he charges, your job is to countercharge. So recognizing the animation that telegraphs his charge and then charging yourself is an important skill to get, because since he took the initiative to charge first, he's going to be closer to you than you are to him when you meet in the middle. And when you meet in the middle, you're going to cancel each other out and you're both going to be stunned for a second. But because he charged first, he's going to be closer to you and your team and be more vulnerable. He's going to be stunned, defenseless, and probably easily hit by our team. So counter charge is a fundamental skill for Reinhardt's, because it can help you eliminate the opposing team, Reinhardt. So you didn't recognize that he was charging, but this would have been a perfect time to charge, to countercharge. Boom, right there to get it. Now he was killed anyway, so no harm, no foul. Also, if I was speaking to Josh, I would say that Josh's Fortify stops a Reinhardt charge as well. That Reinhardt charging in that moment was a fool's errand. He should not have done that for 3 reasons. He was low health, he's facing a Reinhardt that can counter his charge, and he's up against an Orisa that can counter his charge. So charging there isn't the best idea. Nice, good job. Very solid. Now that was a potentially risky charge. You got lucky in a way that you didn't go all the way through the archway, because if you did, you may have been surrounded. But your intent may have been to hit the inside of the archway. If that was the case, that was great. All right, lower that shield. Okay, all right, I'm saying that as if you know this, okay? Maybe you don't. You can't block Moira's ultimate. Her ultimate goes through everything. It goes through garbage cans, schools. I hope you get that reference from Johnny Dangerously. But it goes through everything. It goes through your shield. It goes through you. It goes through all of your teammates. You cannot block it. But your shield will take damage from being in front of it. So, when she's ulting, don't let that ult take any damage away from your shield. It's about to break. Save it. Boom. And so yours broke, and now it's on cooldown, so you had to wait a little bit. Great fire strike. Great fire strike. Nicely done. Obviously, you know that that wasn't the right direction to charge in. Let me back that up a little bit. The reason why it wasn't the right direction is because you ended up the steps. You probably would agree with me that it would have been better if you would have guided yourself to the left. If you would have got it yourself to the left, you would have ended up on this wall. You would have been in a great position because you would have pinned that Orisa, um, separating her from the team, not killing her though, but you would have pinned her there, and you would have been safeguarded by this corner here as well. Um, so yeah, when you charge, and I think you were doing this, you were trying to pick a surface to charge to. It's just that you didn't realize that if you got to this wall, because you're less than a 45 degree from the wall, by the way, if you're less than 45, you're going to skim the wall. If you're more than 45, you're going to charge on the wall. All right, and that took you out of position. Um, Now, it wasn't a big deal here because you ended up in an area where they were not. And actually dying here was probably a decent thing because you weren't going to be able to run away. They were going to shoot you in the back and kill you anyway. So you might as well charge at them, let them kill you right away so that you can get to, your respawn and get back in the fight back on the second point. So that was good that you charged in there. Suicide by enemy team. Okay. So this is one of the things that I hate about Anubis, and I think everyone does too. Just anecdotally, Anubis was the very first map that Overwatch designed. It literally was the map that they used to do all of their initial character beta tests before the characters even had skins or names or anything. And you can tell because it's poorly designed map, and they've never really been able to fix its flaw. And what is its main flaw here? Well, the main flaw is that the only place you can really defend is where we're defending now. If you defend too far forward, they can flank you left and right. You have to defend this far back, and it's usually not a good idea to defend inside of the capture area because that means that's where the fight's going to take place, and that's where the attacking team wants to fight. They want to fight in the capture area. They want all the action to be in that area because any team fight wins that they get is a chance for them to, tick away some of the capture area. So, um, yeah, it's not a well-designed map. All right, so nice job with the fire strike. You got a couple there. Um, and on cooldown right here, use it again. Yeah, there you go. Nicely done. Just use it on cooldown. Every time it cools down, use it, especially if there's targets out there to hit. Love it. Love it that you're using it again and again. That's great. And I like how you don't have your shield up by default. Josh is there to help you with the shielding. I like that you're protecting that Torb turret. That's great. But your job isn't only to protect the turret. A counter charge. Okay. Yep. So let's look at that again so you can see the animation. Okay. All right. You see how he dropped the shield? He does a little pop up. It's like he gets excited and he pops up in the air a little bit. He does a little hop, and then he leans forward and he does his charge. That would be when you would do your counter charge. Now, I'm saying this like it's easy as hell to do this. Um, it's more of an experience and reaction time thing than anything else, right? You just get used to seeing it and you just know to hit shift when you see that. Shift, boom. And you would have stopped him right there and he would have been vulnerable. So definitely not a criticism. It's just an observation, something to look out for. Yes. Okay. Great job. Very nice. I may have shattered a moment earlier, but either way, it's the same result. Very nice. Great shatter there. Very nicely done. Again, have it. Don't hold up the shield for no reason and charge it up. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Yeah, lower the shield to heal it. Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like that you tried to pin him there. You had a really good angle. You would have been safe. You were safe when you missed. So nicely done. So they have a Sombra who hacked you. Sombras are kind of a Reinhardt counter, as you can see, because when she hacks you, you cannot hold your shield up, you can't fire strike, you can't charge. The only thing you can do is swing your hammer at very short range, making you super vulnerable. This is a really minor tip here, but go out of the right door sometimes. 90% of all players, another charge opportunity, a counter charge opportunity. 90% of players go out the left door. So if you want to catch the attacking team unawares, come out the right door. But yeah, really good game. You know, minor things to point out there. You know, nothing big, no big deals. You know, you did a good job. You know, you got in the habit of you know, holding up the shield by default. Do the opposite. Lower it by default and hold it up when you need it. Great Earth Shatter here. Nicely done. Good job. All right. Well done. Well done. All right. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to also do your Zenyatta one. All right. Talk to you soon.